Alright, so this is the orange forged uh, back glass removal jig tool. Um, got this from Mobile Centrics. About 50 bucks. So thing's pretty cool. We're gonna use it for the first time, and just want to show you. It's got these rubber feet. They're pretty awesome. They kind of hold. They seem to hold down to the table, down to this piece of cardboard, pretty decently. But they definitely move around when you're trying to take the back glass off. I just did one, and that video is about to follow this this little introduction. So, anyways, I just wanted to show this orange forged cord holder. You would just this is the one we just cleaned up, but you would just put your phone in there and just tighten it down a little bit, and yeah, that's it. Holds the phone in place. So pretty sweet.
Alright, so this video is going to be showed to you in real time. This is the first back glass removal I have done in over 2.5 years. I did it 2.5 years ago. It was really hard. It took a really long time, and I never wanted to do it again. The rest of this video that follows shows you how easy it is to do it now. In this video, I'm going to show you the mistakes that I made. I did make mistakes. I don't want you to make the same mistakes, so I'll show you those mistakes, and I'll explain to you what I did and what you should do not to make the same mistakes. Please wear safety goggles while you're doing this. You definitely don't want glass in your eyes. I do not recommend safety glasses. I recommend safety goggles that seal around your eyes. Let's get into it. You'll probably be hearing some music during this video. If you would like to know the artists, check the description and I will put that information there. I did get permission from the artists to use their music in this video, so we're good to go. Okay, so right now I'm just trying to decide where I want to go in from. So I'm going to pick down here at the bottom. I'm dubbing over this the original audio because it's a lot clearer when I explain it afterwards with this other microphone. So what I'm doing here now is just heating up the board. I mean, heating up the back glass a little bit. If you saw in the first part of this video, this phone is basically gutted. It is not all the way gutted, but it's basically gutted. Batteries out, boards out. This was just a trash phone. Just something we had laying around, so we are using it to experiment with. You'll see some of the mistakes I made, and so we're using my hot air station is an 861 DW, and it is maxed out all the way in temperature, but I am currently using I'm currently using 60 liters per minute on the airflow. I'm going to, in about a couple minutes into this repair, I'm going to bump that airflow up to 90 liters per minute. I didn't think it was delivering enough heat for me, and I really wanted to make sure that I was getting the heat that I needed to work as fast as I wanted to work. So that's what I was using. Alright, so we're just going to continue heating this area so that we can get in there. We can go under that glass, and it looks like we're getting in there a little bit now. So we just chipped away a little bit there, and there I'm just shoving it in, trying to figure out what's the best way to kind of get in there. And yeah, the first part of this, it was a little bit difficult to figure out exactly how I wanted to get in there and get around. But once I got a little chunk out of there, this starts moving a little bit faster, and it starts going a little bit faster and a little bit faster as I go on. So right now I'm trying to actually hold the phone with pressure. I think on my left hand, I think I'm putting a little bit of pressure there, trying to hold that so that I can get under that. if I had screwed this down to the table or something, it would have been awesome. Um, so either what I'm going to do in the future is I'm going to mount that heat gun, or I'm going to screw down the jig. So we shall see. You can also use a hot air gun for this. You may even be able to use a hair dryer. I'm not sure. I don't really use hair dryers, so I really don't know how hot they get. But definitely a heat gun from your local hardware store would be able to also get this glass off pretty easily. Uh, so you see, I'm getting under there. Here's one of the mistakes is about to come up. Uh, I'm going to insert this knife a little bit too deep, and when I insert that knife that deep, it's going to cut a little bit of that wireless charging coil that's behind the phone. It actually doesn't cut the coil. I actually just got lucky. It cut right around the coil, so um, it could have been a lot worse. See, it was probably right there. I think it was a little bit more to the left, so it might be my next insertion in that area. But I think I had originally caught myself. I was like, oh, that looks a little bit like I went in a little bit too far, and so that's I'm definitely more cautious with that charging coil um, now in the video. So, or if not now, in a second. See, nice big chunk came off there. And I think right there I was even explaining like, hey, there's the charging coil. Be careful with it. So yeah, I guess it was that first little one that we saw where I shoved it in there a little bit too hard, uh, too far. That's where it kind of sliced right below the actual coil. But we'll see that here later on in the video where it cut it. Alright, so we'll just blow a little bit of that glass off. Yeah, mounting this thing would definitely make it 1,000 times easier, nicer, just way better. But I'm really impressed with this little jig. It's really nice.
You got that.
Girl, I see you one of the baddest. Keep on doing your thing and living in lavish. Independent, she never wanted a dime. And behind in my mind, she a way above average. See, we can own the world. Why he got you feeling like a lonely girl? I can make you feel like the only girl.
So we just want to be careful around that charging coil. So we're getting a little close to it right now, but we're not going to get, too close to it. And it's right there in the center of the phone there. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so my next mistake is coming up. It's going to be the flash. The flash, I put too much heat around that, and then I slip right in between the flash and the flex cable that it's soldered to, and right there, I just did it, and that flash just it came off from the flex cable. It actually desoldered. It actually can probably be put back on, but like I said, this is a trash phone, so I'm not even going to worry about it. But yeah, to be careful around that flash, and try not to get that messed up. So here we're trying to figure out how to get the glass out from around the camera lens there. And I'm like, oh look, there's a little spot that I can kind of get into. And well, I guess I just decided to continue right there for whatever reason. But I'm about to go back to the glass around the lens. None of it was really cracked there, so it was kind of hard to get that off. And I see it was starting to come up, the whole thing, but you want that lens to stay there. So I'm just kind of examining it there and giving it a little bit of heat and seeing where the best place would be to chip away the glass. And then I found it right there. I was like, look at that, I can just push and just get that out of there. So yeah, look at that, just got that right out of there. All right, and we're just going to continue here, and we're going to get the glass from all the rest of the phone. So now I'm going to get some of the glass that's more around the edges, and there's actually some adhesive there too. So just put your knife in there, get the rest. See, there's a piece of glass there. So just get the rest of the little fine pieces of glass out of there. Just go all around, and then you'll see the adhesive too. We'll see that part in one of the next few minutes.
Bring me down to my knees. Girl, you bad. Don't make me ask. You got to make me spend all my cash. The fire. You bring me down to my knees. Girl, you bad. Don't make me ask.
All right, so now we're gonna go for the middle piece there, and we'll just get the little bit of extra that we haven't gotten from around the that charging coil, and see right there and there, on there, and then bam, it just comes off that easily. There's a little piece of adhesive there at the top that I take off here in a minute or two, and I'm just kind of examining right now, looking at the I was looking at that little hole. Yeah, right there. And we'll zoom in with the microscope in a little bit, and we'll take a really good look at it.
You got the fire. You bring me down to my knees. Girl, you bad. Don't make me ask. You got to make me spend all my cash. The fire. You bring me down to my knees. Girl, you bad. Don't make me ask.
Here what we're doing is really just getting all that little adhesive glue off of the very edge. So we're just cleaning it on up.
Baby, can we just go with the flow? Or I pick you up, we can go and get stoned. Been on my own, and I know you need a grown man. I am what you've been missing in life. Tear the roof off this, let's forget the whole night. I bet that I know just what you like. Making love in the dark when I pay for the lights. I do life if they ever try to take what's mine. 017 on somebody in Clyde, girl, you know you bad. Don't make me ask, you about to make me spend all of my cash. The fire. my eyes unless I'm forced to wait to see where we could take this. You'd be surprised, don't make me try to impress you. Let's just go step for step and I'ma always have your back, no matter who's attacking. Girl, don't stress, you now rocking with the best, and the next who is fresh is the boy. You know some things are better left unsaid, but I'd rather say it to see a reaction. That they can keep yapping their jaws off. Just wait and see who's still around when it all comes down. You know who to call. It's me, cause you give me life like what you need to breathe, and I do the same, that's undoubtedly. I just hope you feel the same as me.
Here I'm going to show you what I'm planning on using to take off the adhesive on the metal itself. It's called Goof Off. I got it at a local hardware store, I believe, but I'm pretty sure that it's on Amazon. I'm pretty sure it's on eBay. You know, if you don't like to go out or whatever, that stuff ends up working pretty well. So we'll see that in a little bit.
You got that?
And we're about to transition over to the microscope. Bear with me for a minute while I adjust the color and brightness of the microscope camera, and then we'll get into the adhesive removal.
Baby girl, I see you one of the baddest. Keep on doing your thing and living in lavish. Independent, she never wanted a dime, but behind in my mind, she a way above average. See, we can own the world. Why he got you feeling like a lonely girl? I can make you feel like the only girl. Come on, baby, nobody can dethrone you, sure. I'm a wanted man, but never wanted to be the one to soak up all the sun and be alone on the run. I ain't got the time for immaturity stunts, but she's so fine, got me dropping all my funds. Look, I was born to be a legend. She be hitting all them tours with me. Sorry, little homie, she was born to cheat. Yeah, it's like that, I can afford to see.
Girl, you got the fire. You bring me down to my knees. Girl, you bad. Don't make me ask. You got to make me spend all my cash.
Alright, so right now I'm just going to apply some of that adhesive removal, and I just wanted to test it. So what I'm doing right now is just with a Q-tip. I'm trying to see, hey, will it come off with just rubbing it with the Q-tip and using that adhesive remover? And sure enough, if you look, it's starting to go away right there, and it's starting to go away right there, and it's starting to go away right there. So yeah, I mean, it does work with just a Q-tip, a little bit of pressure, then just rubbing it on there. I actually had a call, so I had left for a few minutes, but I cut that part out of the video right now, and it should look seamless because I didn't really, there it went, but I didn't really move anything. So so we're gonna come back in. We're gonna use a Q-tip with some of the same stuff again. And like I said, we're just testing it for just testing purposes. See what works best. What I start using right now, right after the Q-tip, is a spudger. And that spudger works really, really nicely. So we'll see that in a second. Alright, so we've got some of that adhesive remover on the phone here, and here we go with that spudger. Look at that spudger. I mean, it's right there, that piece, it didn't have any adhesive remover on there. So I mean, that stuff doesn't come off very easily at all. unless you're using some kind of adhesive remover. Now that being said, like I said, I don't really replace back glass, so I don't even know if you have to remove all of it. It's pretty thin on there, so uh, totally up to you. But yeah, if I'm always gonna remove it if I have to do it.
You got the fire. You bring me down to my knees. Girl, you bad. Don't make me ask. You about to make me spend all my cash.
All right, so we're about to look at that hole that was there at the wireless charging coil. I'm actually talking about it here on the original, the original video. But I looked up at my screen and I noticed it was hard to see, so there, I just fixed it. But there's that hole. You can see that right there is where the actual charging coil starts, and then it goes from there to there right there. So I'm pretty sure that it's actually still good. Right here we'll see another mistake. We'll see this gasket actually melted, so I'll just be replacing that with a new gasket. But that was definitely another mistake. Right there, there's that flash there too. You can see that, and I'm just touching it, and I'm like, what's that? But yeah, that gasket melted pretty dang good. A lot of the rest of this video is just me cleaning up a little bit of stuff. For example, right there, there's another piece of glass there, I think, or some adhesive. I think that's glass. But I actually don't go and clean this whole phone right now. Like I said, this is just a trash phone, and this was just something I wanted to practice on. So this basically shows you everything that you need to do to replace the back glass. So I'll just show you how the new glass fits on. I'm going to go ahead and just probably cut to that and just show you how the new glass would fit on, and then we'll just talk about that a little bit. Alright, so we'll switch views. We'll get off of the microscope and we'll get back to the overhead view. So this is the mess I made. It is what it is. Now, this is the new glass, and I'm just talking about what adhesive I'm going to use, and it's probably going to be B7000, not exactly sure. I didn't actually even glue this thing down a while ago. I really just wanted to remove that back glass. So, we got the back glass, and we kept that bezel around the camera lens there. So, be careful not to break that off when you're doing this type of work. All right, there I'm just looking at that flash. Yeah, it came off. That won't happen again. I'll figure something out next time. All right, so one more look at the forged orange device. This thing is pretty sweet. I mean, I just kind of want to flip it around, show you guys. It's got that knob there where you can adjust the size. So this will take pretty much any size. It will take any size phone, unless there's a phone bigger that I just kind of don't know about, and there probably is somewhere. But it'll definitely fit any of the iPhones and Samsungs. It'll definitely fit all that good stuff. Uh, the little rubber strips there on the side, they're really nice. I mean, they grip the side of that phone really nicely. And you basically just want to twist that knob until it's snug, as far as I would think. Um, and yeah, that's about it. Oh, the rubber feet on the bottom. Let me see. I think I'm gonna, yeah, the rubber feet on the bottom. I mean, they're awesome too. They just they grip pretty well. I mean, you saw it moving around and all that good stuff, but they grip pretty well. Like I said though, I am gonna find a way to actually mount this thing, or mount my hot air, one or the other. But it's definitely pretty awesome. Anyways, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hopefully I'm able to make better and better videos and more videos here in the future. But thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day, night, week, month, and year. Y'all take care. All right. Right there at the end, I was just trying to see how easy it was to scrape away the rest of that glue without the adhesive, and it will scrape away, but it's just it's not fun.